Good story.
My story is going to be the first time I drove a race car. So
Nice.
you guys know that I worked for the race team. You can see that somewhere. And the part of my payment was that I could build my own race car out of the parts that were in the shop. So I built my engine out of probably 4 different engines. And I got very good at tearing apart a rotary motor. I could do it probably an hour and a half, take the whole thing apart. A lot longer to put it together because I needed a lot of help, a lot of parts in there. But it's a brilliant engine, and I told you before, we put the roll cage in it, cut the top off, I sanded it down, I got all the best suspension I could find, put it together, and it's time for me to go racing. So I got my racing suit on, and Sylvan's a fucking pro. He knows everything. He's giving me all these pointers. Use the whole track, brake late. He's like, go flat out until you see God, and then hit the brake pedal, and then turn in. And so I'm like, oh, this is going through my head, and I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. And the car was the timing of the engine was a little strange, so you had to kind of keep the gas in it, even as you're letting out the clutch or putting in the clutch, or else it would stall. So I'm trying to get it off the trailer and hit the brake and the clutch and the gas all at the same time and sliding off the trailer. That happens. I put it in the paddock. It's fine. I check the temperatures, do all my race prep, and it's my time to go. And this is like a weekend course. So like day one is all like tests. It's all theoretical. Here's your turn, out, in, out, blah, blah, blah. Brake here, turn in, accelerate. Your tires have this much traction, blah, blah, blah. And then it's time to get out there the next day. But you follow a guy and you just kind of go slow, and he shows you the racing line. And then you get to go a little faster, and you go a little faster. And he can kind of judge how fast you can go, so he can keep a little distance in front of you. And then the last day, it's just racing. And it's everybody in the school, get out there and race.
Nice.
And so my buddies are, getting the car ready, and it's all out there. And I'm trying to get it out of the paddock, and I fucking stall it. I'm like, God damn it, this is embarrassing. And, the guy who had the surgery, who told my mom about the job that got me down there, he's laughing his ass off. And this guy knows everything, too. He's an old racer. So he's telling me all this shit. And I'm like, God damn it, I got to fucking show this guy up. So I get out there on the racetrack, and I'm going, and I'm starting to get the hang of it. And it's the last 20 laps, everything you got, do what you want, try not to get hurt. And this is where they determine whether or not that they want to race with you. Like, you will get your license. Yeah. Yes, you are a safe driver. Yes, I can race with you. Yeah. If you're an asshole and you're sliding sideways and doing all this they will not give you a racing license. Fun. It was the best fun I've had. And so I'm out there racing with this guy, and I'm starting to figure out the line, and I'm starting to figure out the car, and everything's coming together. And this other guy's behind me in an RX-3. I was in a first-generation RX-7, and same engine.
First-generation RX-7. All right, I'm thinking about it
Those are sharp little cars.
It's a great car. Yeah. It's a phenomenal car. It makes a great race car.
It was fun to watch.
And the handling is absolutely neutral. You can almost think the car around a turn.
4-speed?
This one was a 5-speed.
Okay, all right.
This was the 12A motor. It's a little smaller, non-turbo, 2-rotor engine. Yeah. And so I'm racing, and this guy's behind me in this RX-3. And for all 20 laps, this guy's trying to get around me. He's trying to outbrake me, so I have to brake a little later, get the turns right. And when you're racing, it doesn't feel like you're going fast, strangely, because everybody else is kind of going that speed. So
you're concentrating.
And you're concentrating, and out of the corner of your eye, you're picking your braking points and your acceleration points and turn-in points and things like that. And so this guy's following me the whole time, and we get done. And I kind of lose track of him, and we load up, and I get out, and I'm like, that was great. And Sylvan's giving me feedback. He's like, you're shifting perfectly coming out of this turn. He's like, you're not downshifting into the right gear into this turn. You got to turn a little later, blah, blah, blah. And so we go out again. I find fucking RX-3 guy again, and he's in front of me. And so we're going probably 4 or 5 laps. I outbrake him into the first turn and take him off, and he's behind me again. And it's the whole. I found out later that the RX-3 was in that class. ITA was the name of the class. Was the state champion car.
Nice.
It wasn't the state champion driver in it, obviously.
No.
But I felt good that I put this hodgepodge. We called it the jammer car.
Yeah.
I put this hodgepodge RX-7 together, and it fucking hung with the state champion RX-3 car, and I beat the guy both times. And so at the end of the day, we're packing stuff up, and this guy goes. And we're like all milling around. All the drivers are talking about their day and getting feedback. And this guy comes up. He's like, hey, are you in that number 71 RX-7? And I was like, Yeah. He gives me a huge hug. He's like, dude, today's my birthday, and they got me this gift to learn how to drive, and that was the most fun I had. I
Nice.
could not fucking catch you.
That is awesome.
That was so much fun. Thank you. And I was
is
like,
awesome.
thank you. And we, went about our way.
That
But
sounds
that's the
like a
first
great
time I
day,
ever
man.
drove
Sounds
a race
like
car.
Fun as shit.
I would
Yeah,
love
it
to
was
take
so
our cars
fun.
out there to that, like, sell.
Love it.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. We're going to
Let's
go to
do
the
that.
Firm racetrack. There's
Yeah.
one in Stark, I think it is, or something.
Yeah.
And,
What's the firm racetrack?
it stands for Florida International
gotta
Raceway
take your own car?
Yeah.
Motorsports.
You got to take your own car?
Yeah, I think you might be able to rent somebody's car there. I would imagine. They have like rally courses and they have street courses.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Take my
Maybe this
wife's
show
car.
we'll take a trip.
Yeah,
Maybe
take
we'll
my
do a
wife's-
podcast